Okay. Part 3. So, we at this moment where me and him kind of still talking and this and that. Now, we just had another little tiff, like maybe a week ago, basically where I had to confront him about his phone etiquette. Like, if you on the phone with me, you should not be clicking over every 10-15 minutes talking about, I'm gonna call you back, so and so calling me, I'm gonna call you back, so and so calling me, I'm gonna call you. Like, why are we doing that, like, over and over again? You on the phone with me. If you on the phone with me, you need to be on the phone with me. Like, I get it if it's your mom, your kids, okay, but if it's your homeboys and stuff like that, why are you getting off the phone with me for that every 10 minutes? So that was irritating me. And then he was playing some game online with his friend, and I'm on the phone too. So I'm like, what? Like, you playing the game with your friend, y'all online, y'all not even in the same place together, and then you think I'm finna sit here on the phone too while you ha ha he he with him and playing, betting, and whatever else y'all doing. No, so I get off the phone. I'm like, look, I'm gonna call you back. I waited a while. I ate my food. I watched a little bit of TV. I was like, okay, he should be good by now. I call back. He don't even click over. He's on the phone with somebody now. He don't even click over. He just sends me a text like, I'll hit you back in a second. Now, mind you, he's been doing that too a lot lately, which I don't like. You can't even click over and be like, baby, I'll call you back. You know what I'm saying, a minute or whatever. Like, you just see me calling you, but because you talking to somebody else, you ignore my call and just send me a text that says, I'll hit you back in a second. I don't like that. That was getting to me. So then at this point now I got to say something to you. So I told him the next day, look, we need to talk because we need to have a conversation. So that's when I get into the whole, when you talking to me, you need to be talking to me. Like, I don't want to hear, I'm going to call you back, I'm going to call you back, I'm going to call you back. That's irritating me. And I don't have the patience for that. Like, if you got other stuff going on, you could, for your job, whatever the case may be, cool. But just wait and call me when you can talk to me on the phone. And also, don't be playing games and stuff with your friends while I'm on the phone, because that's disrespectful. Like, you on the phone with me, I need your undivided attention, man. Like, you got my undivided attention. And if I feel like stuff in my background is starting to do too much, like my kids and stuff like that, I will say, look, I'm gonna call you back because I got too much going on right now, and I don't want you to be hearing me yelling and talking to other people and everything else in my background. So I used to do that to him and stuff like that. So I 9 times out of 10 would like talking to him around bedtime hours for my kids, because I have a 6-year-old and it could be a lot. But I had to tell him, look, I don't like that. Like, talk to me when you can talk to me. I don't want to be sharing time with other people. I don't want you to keep saying you're going to call me back, blah, blah, blah. So he was just like, oh, okay. Like, he was understanding. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, I know that could be aggravating. I just be trying to fit everything in and all of this. He's like, but I understand, and I'm going to try to do better. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to do better with that. He was just really good about it. And he's like, I love you or whatever. I love you. And I was just like, cool. I mean, I love you too. Because by now we say that to each other. By now, at this point, we say I love you to each other and stuff like that, because I do love him. Like, I would never say I love him and I didn't, because love is, first of all, is a strong word. And I don't know how people just be saying that to any old body, because I've only said that to one man prior to him, which was my ex-husband. Never said I love you to no other man. You know what I mean? So this was a big deal to me, because I never even thought I would say it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And mean it. And I mean it, because I just don't be saying, I'm not that girl. I just don't be saying any old thing to people. So by this time now, we say this to each other every day. So he's like, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And I was like, man, that was so refreshing, because I'm not used to, people accepting constructive criticism. Like a lot of times you bring up stuff to people and they don't know how to accept constructive criticism. They get defensive, they shut down, don't want to talk to you no more just because you brought something up that bothers you about them. And so this time it was refreshing because he didn't do any of that. He just accepted that he was wrong and that I didn't like it and that he could fix it, and reassured me that he loved me and told me, like basically saying like, hey, I'm gonna fix it, you know what I'm saying? And reassured me by telling me, yes, I still love you. Just because you bring something up to me, I'm not gonna stop loving you or whatever. That was refreshing. So I told my homegirl, like, yeah, that was real cool. I gave him major kudos about that because I was just nervous about that conversation in the first place because of my past. I don't be knowing how people gonna react to constructive criticism. What are you about to do? Are you about to argue with me? Are you about to stop talking to me? Like, what? You know what I mean? So I gave him major kudos for that. Mind you, this is like a few days before the last straw. So he's supposed to come into town this weekend or whatever. That following this little disagreement we had, like a couple days later, he's supposed to come into town or whatever for the whole weekend. Cool. We talked about this already. Now, earlier in the week, he's like, you ready to see me? I'll be there this weekend. You ready to see me? And I'm like, yeah, of course I'm ready to see you. What we gonna do? And he goes, each other. Okay, and is what I said. What do you mean each other? Oh, what else? I mean, hello, what else? That really rubbed me the wrong. I was like, so then after I said, okay, and he was like, we can go out or something this time. We can go, because mind you, the last time I told you about, the last time I see him, we didn't do nothing but argue and and you know what I mean, the whole night. And it was just, we didn't watch no movie, we didn't eat no food, we didn't do nothing we were supposed to do. So he's like, okay, cool, we can actually go out somewhere this time. And I'm like, cool, like, what we gonna, you know what I mean? Like, now I'm starting to think of things I want to do. Now, mind you, I like men that plan. I've said this earlier. I like men that plan, and he did that earlier. Now it was kind of like, okay, we can go out, and that was it. He never thought about nothing else that we could do, or so I'm just like, okay. But fast forward, I let it go. I was just like, maybe by the time it gets time to close for him to come, he'll have something in mind. Mind you, he's supposed to be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Excuse me. So Thursday gets here. He's in a state close to where we are, but it's like 5 hours away. He has to do a job there. And so he ends up in a state where he knows somebody there. One of his childhood friends or something lives there. And he's like, oh, I need to look him up because I know he lives close to here where I'm at, and I need him to cut my hair. I want to see him, and I want to cut my hair too because he's a good barber, and I need my hair cut and all of this. This is Thursday night. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He links up with the guy, whatever, that Thursday night. He's like, we going to this bar or whatever. He's like, I'm not even going to drink. Ends up drinking. So he stays there Thursday night. Friday comes, he does his job or whatever he's supposed to be doing. He does his job there. And I'm thinking at some point you're going to be starting to make your move towards here, you know what I mean? So you can get here Friday. He keep on saying, it's only 5 hours away. I should be there by Friday night or whatever. And I'm like, cool. No, I don't have anything to say. Like, you know what I mean? We can link up Friday, Saturday, whatever.